All right, Elena, buckle up, because the forecast for the Bears-Packers playoff game is absolutely wild. We're talking snow, potentially heavy snow, and honestly, I can't think of anything more iconic for this rivalry in the postseason.
Oh, James, you're speaking my language. When I saw that forecast, my first thought wasn't dread, it was pure, unadulterated excitement. Bears-Packers in the snow for a playoff spot? This isn't just a game, it's a chapter in NFL history waiting to be written. The stakes are already through the roof, and now Mother Nature is just dialing it up to 11.
Exactly. It takes me back to those classic, gritty games you see in highlight reels. You know, where the field lines are barely visible, the players are practically snow angels after every tackle, and the ball looks like a bar of soap. It changes everything. It's not just about who's got the better roster anymore. It's about who handles the elements, who's got that mental toughness.
And the footwork. My goodness, the footwork. Suddenly, those shifty receivers, those quick cuts by running backs, they become a whole different ballgame. You're not just fighting the defender. You're fighting gravity. You're fighting the ice underneath that snow. I mean, think about the offensive lines. They're going to be absolutely crucial, aren't they? Getting traction, holding blocks in a slippery trench.
Oh, for sure. The trenches become the absolute war zone. Linemen need to get leverage, but if your feet are sliding, it's a whole new dynamic. And honestly, it almost favors the bigger, stronger guys who can just drive straight forward. Finesse goes out the window, brute force comes in, and for the running backs, it's all about vision and getting downhill. No more dancing around, just hit the hole, get what you can, and protect the ball.
And protecting the ball, James, that's massive. Fumbles become exponentially more dangerous. A slick ball, cold hands, defenders looking to strip it. One turnover could genuinely swing the entire momentum of a playoff game. It's not just a gain of yards anymore. It's about maintaining possession, making sure you don't give the other team an easy score in a low-scoring affair.
You're hitting on such a key point. In these conditions, every possession is gold. Field position becomes king. No more trying to get fancy with deep passes unless absolutely necessary. We're talking about a game where 7-yard runs are celebrated like touchdowns and punts are strategic weapons, which ironically makes special teams even more critical. Kicking, punting, holding the snap, all of it is magnified.
Absolutely. Imagine a kicker trying to hit a game-winning field goal, or even just an extra point, with snow swirling and a ball that's probably half frozen. And the punters, a shanks or a bad bounce, and suddenly the opposing team has incredible field position. And punt returns? Forget about it. Unless you've got a returner with absolutely superhuman grip and vision, most teams will probably fair catch everything or just let it bounce, praying for a good roll.
I'd be coaching my returners. Just get the ball, don't be a hero. It's too risky. And thinking about the quarterbacks, Elena, this is where experience truly shines. For the Packers, you've got their veteran quarterback who's seen a million cold weather games. He knows how to adjust his grip, how to throw a wet ball. For the Bears quarterback, it could be a different story. If he's less experienced in these conditions, it's a huge test.
It's a baptism by fire, honestly. A playoff game against your fiercest rival with snow piling up, that's the stuff legends are made of. But it also exposes any weaknesses. A quarterback whose accuracy is already iffy on a good day, good luck. It's going to be a lot of quick, short throws, relying on yards after catch, which is also tough when receivers are slipping and defenders are just trying to hold on.
You know, this sort of weather also really forces coaches to simplify. Their playbooks get trimmed down. It's all about running the ball effectively, play-action passes to try and freeze defenders for a moment, and screen passes that allow receivers to get the ball in space, albeit snowy space. We're probably going to see a lot of dive plays, maybe some trap plays. Classic, old-school football.
And that's why I love it. It strips away all the modern bells and whistles and brings it back to fundamentals. Who's tougher? Who can execute the basics better when everything is trying to go wrong? It's pure grit. And for the fans, James, my goodness, can you imagine being in the stands for this? Bundled up, thermoses of hot chocolate or whatever else, snow falling around you. It's a shared experience that just binds you to the team.
Oh, absolutely. It transforms Lambeau Field or Soldier Field or wherever it might be into something otherworldly. It's not just a stadium, it's a winter wonderland coliseum. And the atmosphere, the roar of the crowd when someone breaks a tackle through a pile of snow, It's just electric. You know you're witnessing something special, something that people will talk about for years.
It almost becomes a character in the game, doesn't it? The snow isn't just a backdrop, it's an active participant, challenging every player, every coach, every fan. I mean, think about the players' attire, the hand warmers, the extra layers, the special cleats. Everyone's preparing for a battle against the elements as much as against the opposing team. I bet the equipment managers are working overtime right now.
Without a doubt. And what about the mental game? Some players absolutely thrive in this. They love the challenge, they feel like they're built for it. Others, you can just see it in their body language, they're not quite as comfortable. And in a playoff game, that little bit of mental edge can be the difference. A guy who's like, yeah, this is my kind of weather, versus someone who's thinking, man, I wish this was a dome game.
That's so true. It highlights the true football players, the guys who just love to get dirty, who love the physicality of the game. It takes away the pretty routes, the finesse plays, and it just becomes a grind. Who can run through contact? Who can shed blocks in a slippery situation? I think it really favors the team with the stronger front seven on defense and a bruising running back. Maybe less so the speedy, acrobatic types.
I'm leaning towards the running game being the absolute deciding factor here. Whichever team can establish a consistent ground attack, wear down the defense, and control the clock will have a massive advantage. If you can keep your defense off the field and keep their offense from getting into a rhythm, especially when every possession is so valuable, that's your recipe for success.
And the play-action pass off that run game, even if it's just a threat, becomes so much more potent. It's all about deception when you can't rely on pure speed. And then there's the defensive side. Tackling in the snow is a nightmare. Guys are sliding, the ball carrier is harder to bring down. It takes a lot more disciplined pursuit angles, less reliance on just chasing someone down.
Definitely. Defenders have to wrap up, drive through. You can't just arm tackle in the snow, you'll whiff every time. And those gang tackles, getting multiple guys to the ball, become absolutely essential. It's almost like rugby in some respects, where you're just trying to bring the guy down by any means necessary before he gains another precious yard.
It really highlights the importance of every single player, every single snap. No one can afford to take a playoff because one slip, one missed assignment, and it could be catastrophic. And for a rivalry like Bears-Packers, which is already so intense, adding this element just makes it almost mythical. It's what fans dream of, even if it means freezing their butts off in the stands.
Mythical is the perfect word. You think of the Ice Bowl, you think of these legendary games where the weather played such a huge role. This has the potential to be one of those, especially being a playoff game. The narratives that will come out of this, win or lose, will be incredible. How a certain player performed in the blizzard, how a coach adapted his strategy.
And the rivalries within the rivalry, like seeing how a specific receiver handles a tough corner in these conditions, or how a pass rusher tries to get to the quarterback on a slippery field. Every individual matchup gets an extra layer of challenge. It's not just talent, it's resilience.
Resilience, absolutely. And it's also a test of conditioning. Playing in cold, snowy conditions is physically draining. The cold saps your energy, the footing requires more effort. So, the team that's in better shape, that has conserved energy, might just have that extra burst in the fourth quarter when it really counts.
I can already picture the slow-motion replays, snow flying, breath visible in the air, players covered head to toe in white. It's cinematic, and for all the challenges, I think it actually makes for a more compelling viewing experience. You're constantly on the edge of your seat, wondering how the next play will unfold, knowing that anything can happen.
It absolutely does. It's appointment viewing. You don't want to miss a second of this, and to be honest, I think it adds another layer to the home field advantage argument. While both teams are used to cold, one team is truly built for it in a way. I think the Packers, having played so many games at Lambeau in these conditions, might just have a slight edge in terms of pure familiarity with what they're up against.
That's a fair point, James. There's a certain folklore around Lambeau in the snow. It's part of their identity. But then again, the Bears are no strangers to tough weather themselves. They play in Chicago, which isn't exactly tropical. It's going to come down to execution on the day, regardless of the historical advantage.
Oh, for sure. History only takes you so far, but it definitely provides a certain psychological edge. I just hope the snow isn't so heavy that it significantly impacts visibility for the broadcasters, because I want to see every single detail of this game. I want to see the frozen breath, the grit, the determination.
Me too. I'm picturing those shots from the sideline where you can barely make out the numbers on the jerseys. That just adds to the epic feel, in my opinion. It's almost like you're right there experiencing the elements with them. I'm telling you, this is going to be a game we talk about for years, regardless of the outcome. It's more than just a win or a loss. It's a testament to football in its purest, most challenging form.
Agreed. It's going to be a slugfest, a war of attrition, and I can't wait. Whoever comes out on top will have truly earned it, not just against their rival, but against the elements themselves. This is playoff football, baby. Bring on the snow.
Bring it on. And for all of you listening, make sure you've got your coziest blankets and your warmest drinks ready, because this is going to be a spectacle. Thanks for joining us for this snowy preview, and we'll catch you next time.